In the chilling silence of the living room, Rebecca lies motionless on the floor, the glint of a carving knife, her grim companion. Kneeling beside her, Daniel is a portrait of despair, his shaking form and tear-streaked face a stark testament to the horror. Their friends stand as statues, their eyes wide with disbelief, their bodies frozen by the ghastly tableau before them. The distant wail of police sirens pierces the night, growing louder with each passing moment, signaling the imminent arrival of judgment. Under the cloak of night, Owen's residence becomes the epicenter of unsettling chaos, police cars casting ominous shadows. The eerie red and blue lights pulse rhythmically, painting a scene of dread across the once peaceful suburban haven. Neighbors, cloaked in secrecy, dare to peek through parted curtains, their faces etched with disbelief and morbid curiosity. A silent chorus of shock and fear echoes through the community, rippling through the quiet suburban street. Each twitching curtain unveils a glimpse of the town's collective horror as the community watches the drama unfold. The night bears witness to a suburban facade shattered, leaving behind only a haunting sense of disbelief and morbid fascination. In the stark kitchen, detectives swarm, their focused movements cutting through the silence. A carving knife lies on the counter, its deadly purpose now chillingly evident. Upon the handle, a bloody fingerprint stands out in stark, horrifying detail. The detectives lean closer, the grim discovery casting a heavy shadow over their faces. In the stark interrogation room, Daniel's red, swollen eyes betray his inner turmoil as he sits nervously. Across from him, two detectives watch, their expressions unreadable, adding to the suffocating tension. Daniel's voice cracks as he insists, "I was in the kitchen. I swear." That's when I heard Rebecca scream. His words hang in the air, unanswered, as the weight of the accusation presses down on him. Under the stark glare of fluorescent lights, Michael squirms, his unease palpable. His voice trembles as he begins. "I saw Rebecca arguing with Angela." The weight of the unspoken hangs heavy in the air as he continues. "It was shortly before, you know." The detective watches intently, his gaze unwavering. Michael's eyes flicker with a mix of fear and regret, hinting at the dark events of the night. Under the harsh glare of a single bulb, the interrogation room feels cold, with Angela facing two detectives across a bare table. With unwavering calm, Angela states, "I didn't argue with Rebecca." Her expression remains composed, her eyes steady as she speaks. The silence hangs heavy as she continues, her voice measured. A subtle edge enters her tone as she reveals, "Michael was just jealous. Daniel was more successful than him." The weight of unspoken accusations fills the room as Angela's words linger in the air. Warm light envelops the dining room, alive with laughter. Friends raise their glasses, toasting to jovial moments. The clinking of glasses echoes, amplifying the room's joyful spirit. Rebecca's radiance shines, her presence the heart of the gathering. The air buzzes with chatter, a symphony of friendship and celebration. The warm glow intensifies, a beacon of cherished memories and shared laughter. The dining room glows with golden light, a feast displayed upon the long table. A glistening roast sits at the center, surrounded by bottles of wine that promise both celebration and oblivion. Faces are flushed, not just with wine, but with simmering resentments held just beneath the surface. The clinking of glasses attempts to mask the unspoken words hanging heavy in the air. Each smile is a fragile mask, each toast a carefully crafted deception. Beneath the veneer of civility, tension coils like a serpent, ready to strike. In the gentle glow of the table lamp, Daniel and Michael face each other, their expressions etched with unspoken tension. Their gestures grow more emphatic, each movement underscoring the deepening conflict. The room seems to shrink, amplifying the crackling tension between Daniel and Michael. The air thickens with unspoken words as their voices begin to rise. The warm light casts long shadows, painting the scene with a sense of unease and impending confrontation. A storm of emotions brews, threatening to shatter the fragile peace of the room. The warm glow of the kitchen light reveals Rebecca, her face a canvas of anxiety. A half-empty mug sits before her, a silent testament to her troubled thoughts. The weight of her secret presses down, etching worry into every line of her face. In a hushed tone, she confesses, "I haven't told Daniel yet." The unspoken words hang heavy in the air, a burden she carries alone. In Owen's dining room, the air hangs thick with unspoken tension, each breath heavy with unvoiced accusations. Accusations erupt, each word a poisoned dart aimed to wound and provoke. Voices rise, cutting through the heavy silence like shards of glass, shattering the veneer of civility. Amidst the escalating conflict, silverware clatters against china, a jarring symphony of trembling hands and frayed nerves. In the quiet of night, distant neighbors are roused from their sleep, their peaceful dreams shattered by a rising clamor from the Owens house. A deafening crash echoes through the night, signaling the brutal destruction of furniture within the Owens home. The tranquility of the suburban street is torn apart by the eruption of angry shouting, violence seething in the air. The night sky bears witness to the turmoil, as the sounds of conflict resonate far beyond the walls of the Owens residence. The once serene neighborhood is now a stage for a domestic drama, its quiet shattered by the raw sounds of anger and destruction. In the sterile environment of the forensics lab, a bloody fingerprint on a knife handle awaits meticulous examination. The forensic analyst leans in, scrutinizing every ridge and whorl with focused intensity. Under the intense scrutiny of the analyst's gaze, the fingerprint's secrets begin to yield. A moment of revelation. The fingerprint matches Daniel Owens. Confirmation echoes in the lab. Inside the detective's office, a tense atmosphere fills the air as detectives meticulously analyze financial records. Their faces darken with grim realization as they uncover a substantial life insurance policy. The detectives exchange knowing glances, the weight of the discovery sinking in. The policy reveals Daniel's calculated decision to secure a life insurance policy on Rebecca. The revelation casts a shadow of suspicion over Daniel, hinting at a motive shrouded in darkness. The office buzzes with unspoken questions. The detectives aware this insurance policy may hold the key to the truth. Sunlight floods the detective's office, casting harsh shadows over the chaos of files and overflowing ashtrays. Amidst the disarray, detectives meticulously pore over photographs, their expressions grim. A series of passionate letters surfaces, hinting at a clandestine affair between Michael and Rebecca. Intimate photos confirm the affair, unveiling a secret connection between Michael and Rebecca. The detectives exchange knowing glances, a potential motive for murder now chillingly clear. The air thickens with unspoken implications as the detectives grapple with the weight of their discovery. In Owen's silent house, detectives move with purpose, their intense focus cutting through the stillness. Their gaze sweeps across the silent rooms, each corner scrutinized in the search for answers. The detectives' eyes dart from object to object, their focus intensifying as they seek hidden clues. The house remains silent, but the detectives persist, driven by the need to uncover the truth. Inside the stark interrogation room, Daniel sits as two detectives loom across the steel table, the air thick with unspoken accusations. The detectives slide fingerprint evidence forward, each piece a silent hammer blow against Daniel's composure. A life insurance policy appears next, its cold implications a stark contrast to Daniel's rising panic. Daniel leans back, a lone bead of sweat betraying his carefully constructed facade. As the pressure mounts, in a desperate plea, Daniel insists, "I'm telling you, I didn't do it. I'm being framed." Under the harsh glare of the interrogation room's bare bulb, Michael squirms, avoiding the detective's probing eyes. Detective One's voice cuts through the silence. "Mr. Thompson, let's go over your relationship with Rebecca Davies again." Michael stammers, his voice strained. "We were just friends, colleagues." Detective Two's words hang heavy in the air. "Lunch, huh? How about that weekend getaway to the coast?" The courtroom buzzes with anticipation, every seat filled with spectators. Daniel Owens stands alone, a solitary figure amidst the gravity of the trial. A palpable tension fills the air as Daniel Owens nervously awaits his fate. Accused of second-degree murder, Daniel Owens feels the weight of every gaze upon him. In the courtroom, the prosecutor's confident stride echoes a narrative of inescapable guilt. Financial records are displayed, revealing Daniel's descent into financial ruin. A magnified, bloody fingerprint looms, a ghostly testament to a violent act. The prosecutor paints Daniel as a man consumed by jealousy and control, his desperation a prelude to tragedy. Sunlight pierces the tense atmosphere of the packed courtroom. The defense attorney gestures dramatically, her words hanging heavy in the air. Michael sits rigidly on the witness stand, his face unreadable under the scrutiny. Daniel observes quietly, his gaze intense as the attorney's words echo. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, consider this. Who truly benefited from Rebecca's untimely demise? My client, Daniel, or Michael, who stood to inherit a considerable fortune? In the solemn courtroom, witnesses rise one by one, voices echoing with the weight of their oaths. Each testimony splinters the narrative, casting shadows of doubt upon the pursuit of justice. Conflicting accounts clash, muddying the waters and obscuring the path to clarity. With each passing day, the truth slips further from grasp, lost in a labyrinth of uncertainty. The courtroom holds its breath, the elusive truth fading into the shadows. Under the courtroom's harsh lights, Daniel stands at the witness stand, a solitary figure. His bloodshot eyes dart around the room, betraying a night haunted by shadows. His voice, a mere whisper, barely cuts through the suffocating silence. I swear, I had nothing to do with Rebecca's murder. Each word hangs heavy in the air, a desperate plea echoing in the vast courtroom. His trembling voice underscores the fragile line between truth and despair. In the tense courtroom, Michael sits on the witness stand, a picture of nervous composure. He starts to speak, choosing each word with extreme caution, as if navigating a minefield of truth. His voice measured, he confesses, I had a relationship with Rebecca. The weight of his revelation hangs heavy in the air, altering the course of the trial. In the solemn courtroom, Angela sits on the witness stand, her face a mask of somber reflection. She begins to recount the events of the fateful dinner party, each word carefully measured. Subtle shifts in her testimony cast a shadow of doubt over Daniel, his reaction carefully observed. The same subtle shifts in tone now implicate Michael, his reaction equally scrutinized. A palpable tension fills the room as Angela's words hang in the air, unanswered. The courtroom holds its breath, the weight of suspicion heavy on Daniel and Michael. Sunlight streams into the deliberation room, revealing the toll of endless debate. Empty coffee cups and crumpled papers litter the table, silent witnesses to the grueling process. Exhaustion weighs heavily on each juror, their faces etched with the strain of reaching a verdict. The air hangs thick with unspoken tension, the weight of their decision palpable. The courtroom air is thick with anticipation as the jury begins to file in, their expressions betraying nothing. A bailiff gives a subtle nod to the foreman, a woman whose stern demeanor hints at the gravity of their decision. The foreman rises, a single sheet of paper clutched in her hand, as the judge leans forward, eyes fixed. The courtroom holds its breath as the foreman declares, "We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of second-degree murder." A collective gasp sweeps through the courtroom as the weight of the verdict crashes down. In the solemn courtroom, Daniel stands defeated before the judge, his shoulders slumped with resignation. The gavel's resounding crack echoes through the room, sealing Daniel's fate. As a court officer approaches, cold steel awaits to bind Daniel's wrists, each step a stark reminder of his shattered freedom. His face, etched with despair, reflects the crushing weight of a life sentence 25 years stolen, a future extinguished. Maplewood, once a haven of tranquility, now bears the weight of a shattered peace. The once familiar streets now echo with an unsettling silence, each corner harboring unspoken fears. The vibrant colors of Maplewood seem to fade, replaced by a somber palette of doubt and suspicion. Even the cheerful laughter of children is silenced, replaced by hushed whispers and guarded glances. The close-knit community, once united in harmony, now fractures under the strain of mistrust and uncertainty. Maplewood's idyllic facade crumbles, revealing the darkness that lurks beneath its charming exterior. The house looms, silent and empty, a stark monument to the tragedy it holds within. Sunlight streams through broken windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the stillness. Faded wallpaper peels from the walls, whispering stories of laughter and tears. A child's swing set sways gently in the yard, a ghost of happier days. The front door hangs open, a silent invitation to enter the heart of sorrow. In the bleak confines of a prison cell, Daniel sits, solitude enveloping him like a shroud. Cold light streams through the barred window, painting stark shadows across the unforgiving concrete floor. His eyes, distant and haunted, reflect a soul lost in a haze of regret. A phantom of memory, Rebecca, flickers at the edge of his consciousness, her image a painful reminder of a fateful night. The weight of what was, and what could never be again, crushes him in the silence of his cell. In the silent field of stone, Michael halts before Rebecca's grave, his face a canvas of unreadable stillness. Sunlight casts long shadows, yet no flicker of emotion crosses Michael's face. The wind whispers through the trees, carrying secrets of loss and unspoken grief. In the quiet expanse of the cemetery, Michael's stoic figure remains an enigma, untouched by sorrow. In the dim recesses of the bar, Angela sits alone, a solitary figure consumed by shadows and secrets. The clinking of glasses and hushed voices blend into a haunting symphony of solitude. Her gaze is fixed on the amber liquid, a mirror reflecting unspoken thoughts and hidden sorrows. Lost in thought, she navigates the labyrinth of her mind, where memories stir like phantoms in the night. In the dim light of the Owens house, Rebecca walks into the living room, unaware of the scene awaiting her. Her eyes widen in disbelief as she witnesses Daniel and Angela consumed in a passionate embrace. Daniel and Angela are locked in a passionate kiss, oblivious to the world around them. A sharp gasp escapes Rebecca's lips, the sound piercing the intimate silence. The weight of betrayal hangs heavy in the air, shattering the illusion of trust and happiness. Under the harsh fluorescent lights, Angela sits, her hands clasped tightly, a storm of emotions brewing behind her red-rimmed eyes. Across from her, two detectives watch intently, their expressions unreadable as they await her confession. In a moment of raw honesty, Angela's voice cuts through the sterile silence of the interrogation room. "I had an affair with Daniel," she admits, the weight of her secret hanging heavy in the air. The unspoken truth reverberates, revealing a hidden layer to the tragedy that unfolded before Rebecca's death. The room seems to shrink as Angela's confession paints a darker picture of the events leading up to that fateful day. Angela, visibly shaken, steps toward the witness stand, each footstep echoing in the silent courtroom. She settles into the chair, the weight of the room pressing down on her. A profound hush envelops the courtroom, every eye fixed on Angela as the tension spirals. The gallery buzzes with anticipation, a sea of faces whispering and speculating. A moment of truth arrives as Angela's voice pierces the silence. "Yes, I had an affair with Daniel." The courtroom erupts in gasps and murmurs, the revelation hanging heavy in the air. In the stark confines of his cell, Daniel sits on the edge of the bunk, his posture defeated. Whispers of Angela's confession reach his ears, cutting through the prison's oppressive silence. A jolt of disbelief courses through him. His head lifts slowly, hope flickering within his gaze. The faintest glimmer of hope sparks in Daniel's eyes, a fragile ember in the darkness. Amidst towering stacks of legal documents, Daniel's lawyer hunches intently, his brow a testament to the weight of Daniel's fate. Bathed in the soft glow of computer screens, the room buzzes with quiet determination as he tirelessly reviews Daniel's case. The rustling of papers fills the air, each sheet a beacon of hope fueled by Angela's unexpected confession. Driven by unwavering resolve, he labors tirelessly, seeking justice in the shadows of legal complexities. In the hushed courtroom, all eyes are trained on the judge, a figure of immense authority. Daniel stands as the focal point of the room, facing the judge, The courtroom holds its breath. Anticipation hangs heavy as the judge deliberates. The fate of the case hangs precariously, suspended in the balance of the judge's decision. The courtroom falls silent as the judge's gavel crashes down, a thunderous echo announcing irreversible fate. Daniel's hope is crushed as the judge's words reverberate. His appeal is denied. Despair hangs heavy in the air as Daniel's lawyer turns, his face etched with sorrow. Daniel's world crumbles around him, the weight of the verdicts pressing down with suffocating force. The courtroom's cold silence amplifies Daniel's solitude, the finality of the moment sealing his fate. The cold, gray prison cell looms. Daniel sits alone, engulfed by the heavy silence. His head hangs low, a portrait of utter defeat. The weight of his despair is palpable. He remains still. Owens's house stands as a haunting silhouette against the night, a testament to forgotten times. Broken windows stare out like empty eyes, revealing the darkness within. Weeds clutch at the foundation as nature reclaims what was once carefully built. The house whispers stories of neglect, its walls a canvas of decay and abandonment. A chilling reminder of the past lingers, buried deep within the heart of the crumbling structure. In Maplewood, the sun shines, but shadows of that fateful night linger. Whispers echo through the streets, a constant reminder of friendships broken. The memory of that night forever haunts their interactions. Even the vibrant colors of Maplewood cannot mask the underlying sorrow. In the hushed archives of the police station, dust motes waltz through bars of sunlight, illuminating a realm of forgotten stories. Shelves tower, laden with case files, their secrets shrouded in shadows. A new detective sits at a rickety table, their youthful eagerness a stark contrast to the aged surroundings. Eyes focused, the detective delves into crime scene photos, their brow furrowed with concentration. Each image whispers tales of mystery and intrigue, pulling the detective deeper into the labyrinth of the past. In the silence of the archives, the weight of unsolved cases settles upon the detective's shoulders, a burden of truth yet to be uncovered. In the dimly lit archives of the police station, dust dances around the detective as he navigates through towering stacks of files. He pulls a file, its cover faded and worn, hinting at secrets long hidden. As the detective opens the aged file, a look of sudden realization washes over his face. The file exposes a long-concealed secret about Rebecca's past. He looks shocked, mouth agape, as he reads the file. The detective closes the file, his face a mask of surprise and concern. In the Owens' house, Rebecca's mounting anxiety fills the night as she paces restlessly, the phone a lifeline to mounting despair. Her voice, strained and desperate, pleads into the phone. "I told you, I don't have it right now." Exasperation sharpens her tone as she retorts, "I'm doing the best I can." Defeated, she snaps, "Fine. Do what you want." In the stark interrogation room, the detective strides in, a file in hand. Michael sits wearily at the steel table, his fate hanging in the balance. The detective slams the file onto the table, the thud echoing ominously. The heavy thud of the file echoes in the tense silence. Under the stark glare of a fluorescent light, Michael's sweat-soaked hair is plastered to his forehead, a mask of crumbling composure. His voice trembling, Michael finally utters, I was there that night." Detective Washington presses, "Go on." Michael's gaze drops to his fidgeting hands, a storm of guilt brewing beneath the surface. His eyes now meet Detective Washington's, betraying a secret. "Rebecca, she wasn't alone. It wasn't an accident," Michael confesses. "We planned it. We planned the whole thing together." Michael enters the courtroom, his eyes betraying a flicker of apprehension. His gaze sweeps across the somber scene, absorbing the weight of his impending fate. The heavy air of justice presses down, a tangible reminder of the crimes he is accused of. The courtroom looms, a silent testament to the gravity of the proceedings. Each shadow seems to whisper accusations, amplifying the tension in the room. He stands alone, the weight of his actions bearing down on him. An empty living room at night, the air thick with unspoken stories. Dust motes dance in the air, each a tiny ghost of secrets past. The lingering mystery of Rebecca's fate hangs heavy, an unsolved echo. Truth begins to surface, its weight palpable in the stillness. The unanswered questions of that night linger, refusing to fade. In the quiet emptiness, the echoes of a life lost resonate.